What's up, Kaiju family? This is Godzilla 1090, Soren T668 with a brand new review. And today, we're going to be talking about the Yuji Sakai Godzilla 2000, the Marquette version. So, if y'all didn't know already, Godzilla 2000, the design of that suit has always been one of my favorites. Ever since I was a kid, I saw Godzilla 2000 in theaters back when it originally came out, which I thought was absolutely awesome, especially after the disaster we got with 98, but I'm not going to bash 98 today. Saving that video for another day. But anyways, so, with that being said, Godzilla 2000, the design of that shoe has always been one of my favorites. Godzilla 2000 holds a special place in my heart. Not one of my absolute favorite films, but I do enjoy going back to it to relive some of those childhood memories. So, about a year or two ago, I believe, AJ Russo from Kaiju Live, he was doing a video. I forgot who he was doing the video with, but he brought up the Marquette version, and I've seen the gigantic Marquette version of the Yuji Sakai. I've seen that one, but I was like, I don't know. It looks alright. It looks pretty cool, but it's not for me. Especially since I was the smallest gigantic, and back then I definitely wasn't even eyeing gigantics at that time. I definitely wasn't get the smallest gigantic, so I was like, I'm good. So some time went by. I was watching AJ's show, and I think he actually showed a picture of it. I think of a model kit of it, and it was pretty similar to this. When I saw that model kit, I was like, oh wow, that's actually a fantastic design. I actually really like this. And then last year it got announced. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say March or April last year. I don't remember. But as soon as I saw that this came out for pre-order, I was like, yeah, I'm getting that. I did want the G-Store exclusive with the purple dorsal plates, but I was like, I'm not going to spend that much more. So getting this guy was actually a lot harder than I thought, because I did pre-order it, and due to some unfortunate circumstances, the pre-order fell through. So I was like, dang. Well, I guess I'll look for it in the aftermarket. And then 2.5 weeks ago, one of the guys, Ron. I'm sorry, Ron. I can't remember how to pronounce your last name, so please don't kill me in the comment section. But Ron was actually selling this in our group Kaiju Collectors on Facebook, and he was selling it for a very good price. I was like, yes, please. So, thanks to my buddy Thomas Lee from Monster Island Kaiju Reviews, he actually helped me acquire this figure. And by no means am I disappointed. This thing is absolutely fantastic. I'll bring the camera a little bit closer so I can do some close-ups of this guy, so you can see all the details on him. But boy, I told you, I was surprised and very, very happy with it. I'm still can't get over looking at this guy being on my shelf I mean, yeah, I'm still in the honeymoon phase, but who cares? It's my figure. I'm being in the honeymoon phase as long as I want to. But I really do love the way this figure looks. This figure is so fierce and detailed. It's absolutely incredible. But let me stop yapping. Bring the camera closer so you can see this guy up close and personal. Thank you. And here's the Godzilla 2000 Marquette by Yuji Sakai. So first off, I'll show off this nameplate, which has the name of the figure and the suit that it actually is. And honestly, I really dig this. They really do need to add more nameplates to figures. It'll be a nice addition to them, because being able to have it on your shelf and everybody that's not Godzilla fan not asking you what Godzilla figure it is, it's a relief actually. But here he is. I'll get a close up on his face first. Since this was a suit that was designed for a movie but wasn't used, we're not going to get a whole lot of detail out of the eyes, unless that's really how they wanted it to be. And then, of course, all the detail in his mouth with his super sharp teeth. His gums are painted immaculately. His tongue's painted great. They just did a really good job getting all the details in this Godzilla's mouth and showing how fierce and ferocious he was planned to be for the movie. I'm going to move him over to this side so you can see a little bit more about what I mean by how fierce he looks. From any angle, he looks like a really fierce and really ready to fight Godzilla. So of course we're going to go down, look at the tree bark skin, his super sharp claws we can tear into his opponents. Of course, the charcoal gray that we all came to know and love of Godzilla. Even though in Godzilla 2000 he is green and purple, which I really did dig that. And I thought about getting him painted, but I don't think I am now. But if I end up doing it, we'll see. I'll do a live video about it. I won't do a whole another review on it. But of course, as you see, he has those miraculous Godzilla 2000 spines, and as you see, they're even more pronounced here than in the actual film. They're a lot more spiky and jagged, really showing that this wasn't going to be a really nice Godzilla. This Godzilla is going to be different from what we got from the actual movie. And as we come down to his tail, you see the same thing as well. His tail, the dorsal plates on his tail really spiked and jagged. Super duper long tail. I mean, look at this thing. I'm still going back looking at it. If I had to measure it, it may be as tall as the figure actually. And even to my gigantic, this is probably the biggest tail I have in my collection. It's for all my Godzilla figures. So that's going to make it a little difficult to display, but I'll figure it out. Show you a little bit more of the back here so you can see all the designs, all the dorsal plates, the way they spread these out, how jagged they made them, making Godzilla look really ferocious. I don't know, something about these dorsal plates are just pristine. And if you give me a second, I will bring up some figures for size comparisons, because I really had no idea this Godzilla is going to be this big. This is definitely the biggest Yuji Sakai sculpt we have. And I won't bring up the Yuji Sakai, any of my other Yuji Sakai figures, even though I do have quite a bit of them. But I will bring up probably one of my biggest I'll probably bring up my second biggest Express 30 centimeter figure. Or third, I guess, depending how you look at it. But yeah, I didn't expect this thing to be so huge and massive. Because as you see here with the Godzilla 1993 suit, this is probably my biggest 30 centimeter besides Space Godzilla. And you see how big this Godzilla is compared to that. And we always did talk about having a Godzilla versus Godzilla. Can y'all imagine if these two fought? That may make for a photo shoot later down the line. Because the way I look at the Marquette Godzilla, I really do see it as an evil Godzilla, a mean Godzilla, I guess, in a sense. And the 93 Godzilla, he was more indifferent. So I think seeing these two fight for little Godzilla, or baby Godzilla in this case, since it's the 93, would have made for an interesting film, honestly. Or at least in my opinion, I think so. But as you see, the 93 is thicker, but the Yuji Sakai is almost as tall as him, and he's hunched over even. So can you imagine if he was standing straight up with the 93? He would have been just as tall as him, maybe a little taller even. But now we'll go ahead and bring up another Yuji Sakai figure in my collection to kind of compare with the Marquette 2000, because you can't have a review without it. And of course, here is the Yuji Sakai 2002 Godzilla, the 2019 X Plus figure of the year. And as you see, these two look great together. They look fantastic. Both of these figures are... well, right now I don't have his tail stand. His tail stand is downstairs. But you can see how much bigger he is compared to the 2002. At least girth-wise. He's a little bit taller. But girth-wise, he's a lot thicker than the 2002. Still a fantastic figure. Still an amazing figure. Still one of the best Yuji Sakai sculpts in the business. But it's not the Marquette. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. The 2002 is absolutely perfect, but I love the design of the Marquette a lot more than the 2002 design myself. Personally, I think that the Marquette's a superior design to the 2002. And if we just got the Marquette Godzilla throughout the whole Millennial series, that would have been incredible. But alright guys, we'll finish up this review. Thank you. And we're back. And that's my review on the Godzilla 2000, the Yuji Sakai Godzilla 2000 Marquette version. So, as y'all know, a couple months ago, we did our figure of the year discussion, and one of the topics was which one was the best Yuji Sakai between the 91 and the Marquette. I did pick the 1991 Sakai, but this is way better than I expected. And even though I did pick the 91 then, it was still a really close race between those two from pictures I've seen. Because I am still waiting for my 91, so I can't do a proper comparison just yet. Once I do get it, I will go ahead and look over both of those figures during that review, and I can pick which one I think is the best Yuji Sakai sculpt, in my opinion, from last year. But I am really happy with this guy. Like I said earlier, he looks absolutely incredible. So detailed, so fierce. And the thing I honestly was thinking about getting him repainted, but I actually really like the way he looks. Don't get me wrong, I love the paint design on the actual Godzilla 2000. But this Godzilla, yeah, I think he's gonna stay like this. I'm just gonna have to wait for another Godzilla 2000 to come out that's screen accurate. And I'm okay with that. Hopefully with some luck it'll be a gigantic. But until then, this would be my favorite Millennium piece. Even though I do love the GMK suit a little bit more, I really love how this piece looks. So as far as Millennium items go, it's definitely going to be this guy #1. But alright guys, that's all I got for tonight. From the time of this recording, tonight we're actually on Monsters with Attitude, we're actually going to be doing our 50th Godzilla vs. Gigan discussion tonight. 50th anniversary Godzilla vs. Gigan discussion tonight. And I won't be on that show, but I know it's definitely going to be in the capable hands of Eric from Bearded Kaiju Reviews, Cody from Cody's Kaiju Customs, and of course Mr. Legendary Mr. Samson West. And I believe we have a special guest tonight, but I'm not going to spoil that here. Go watch the show. And probably coming up next on my channel, I won't announce it yet because I still have to get the figure, but I don't know, it's going to be kind of a surprise. But I'll explain why it's a surprise for me getting it in that specific video. So, and of course after tonight's show on Monsters of Attitude, we're gonna come back, I believe the last week of March. In that video, we're gonna be doing a top 10 list of the best 25 centimeter Godzilla figures by X Plus. That's gonna be a really, really fun show to do. Hopefully we'll have all the guys on. I don't know yet. We gotta finish getting it planned out and figure out who are gonna have on that show. But that should definitely be a really fun show coming up. But alright guys, until next time, you have a wonderful night, Kaiju family.